Thank you. They should all be at work.
No, I think they took the day off so they could be with you, actually.
All right.
I mean,
Welcome.
Listen, you've been doing this for a long time. It must be so gratifying. People love you. And what is that like?
I don't gauge it like that. I mean...
You come on,
honest
little.
to God, I mean, to me, I'm happy that the band keeps making records and that we get to do what we love to do. Who doesn't want to go to work every day and love their job?
And you still love it.
I do love it.
As we said, you've been doing it for like 30 years. I
No.
mean, well, first of all, and that actually leads to two questions. To what do you attribute your longevity in a business that is tough to have the kind of staying power you and your band has had?
Oh, yeah. Well, luck always plays a part in it. I mean, that's just the truth. When fads and fashions came and went, we didn't jump on those boats. You know, we stayed true to being what we set out to be. So you build a trust. You build a trust with an audience, and then, in our case, generations of fans.
The second question, when I say you've been doing this for 30 years, is how have you managed to stay so damn young? You look fantastic. Honestly, he never ages. How have you managed to stay so young?
Oh, I don't know anything from that either. Look, when I picked these dirty jeans up off the floor today, I said to my wife, Katie gets dirty jeans today because that's all I got at the house. I'm living out of a suitcase right now, you know, on the road. So everything I own is sitting in, you know, with the band. And I don't pay much attention.
Oh, but you know, the aw shuck stuff. Come on, you do take care of yourself.
I take care of myself.
You run. Do you run
Yeah, I'm
every
an
day?
avid runner. But I love
how
running.
much?
5 miles on, you know, 4 or 5 miles a day. You know,
Wow.
I enjoy it. I've always loved. I'm an avid runner.
Yeah, which is great.
I just like it. You know?
And what else? I mean, it must be hard. I was thinking, if you're on the road, you're in the middle of this tour, is it hard to kind of take care of yourself, eat healthy, get enough sleep, and all that stuff? That doesn't necessarily seem to go with the image of a rock star to do all those
pickled.
things.
That's why I look so good. I've been pickled for 30 years. You know, no, it doesn't. You go to bed at 2 in the morning, you get up at noon, you pray forgiveness for last night's sins, and you start over again.
You know, we sort of took a trip down memory lane, John, and we watched you through the years, and I have to laugh because, I mean, everybody does when you see yourself in the 80s. I mean, I had a mullet. It was so frightening. But your hair back in the 80s, so funny.
Look, I'm just pleased to still at 51 still have it. It's
I
mine,
know.
You know. There ain't no plugs, there ain't no wigs, there ain't no weaves. It's all mine.
Come here, let me see. Yeah, it's all this.
You know, at 51, you're just still happy to have it, you know? I look at my dad and I go, you good? He goes, I'm good. I go, I'm good if you're good too. We're good.
You know, you've got a reputation for being such a nice person, I think, for not only your fans, but for everybody who works with you, which is a nice thing. So what is the most diva thing about you? Do you pull any diva stuff?
Oh, sure.
Like what?
Go talk to the band. They're going to come out and lay me away in a moment. They're right behind the wall now going, I hate they'll lay me away.
So you don't have any kind of things that you don't want all red M&Ms when you're on the road?
I'm wearing dirty jeans off of my floor this morning. If I didn't have free clothes, I'd have no clothes. You know, if I didn't have things that I stole from photo shoots and videos, there's 4 members of the band, Tico, Richie, Dave, and myself. Who do you think has the least luggage?
Really?
Who do you think has the most luggage?
Richie.
Richie's mom is right over there.
He is?
You see
Really?
Mrs. Sambora right there?
Where? Oh, hi.
Mrs. Sambora is right there.
Mrs. Sambora, how are you? Nice to see you.
Hey, look at her. She's going.
So nice that she came. That's
She's
so
the best.
sweet.
But it's so funny because as she's nodding, she's going, I know.
What about vices? Do you have any vices when you're on the road?
Yeah.
Okay. Like what?
Leave well enough alone.
Okay. I know that your mom is most proud of you because you're a family man.
Is that true?
Yes, which is true. I mean, you have 4 great kids, and you're a very hands-on dad, aren't you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You do what you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
very involved.
Yeah. And you know, One of the things we were talking about, just like our pictures as little kids are public, sometimes when things happen to our family, they become public. And you had a scare with Stephanie not too long ago where you got a call about her ODing on a form of heroin up in college. And that must have been so terrifying, John.
The worst phone call ever. She's doing great. I appreciate everybody's thoughts and prayers throughout it. In short, that problem is much more prevalent than any of us, well, than I knew. And I cannot get over how many people I've met that said, my son, my daughter, my son, my daughter. It's people I love, admire, respect. It happens to all kinds of families all over. There's a lot of pressure on kids these days. There's access to things that my generation didn't have. There's mistakes that are made. And you know, I'm just blessed that she's healthy and whole, and we're getting through it. We've got
That's good. That's good. I mean, so how's Dorothea doing? She's great, right?
Yeah,
and you guys were high school sweethearts.
Yeah.
And you ended up, didn't you go to Las Vegas and get married in
off.
what, 1989?
Yeah, that's our high school pictures. Why do all like high school shots sort of look like mug shots?
I don't know.
Nobody's too happy in any of these shots. My kids are like,
Were
getting out of high
your
school.
fans upset when you guys went to Las Vegas and got married?
my first manager tried to annul it. But no one knew. I mean, my wife and I eloped on a day off in LA. We jumped on a plane to Vegas and said, we'll be back before the bar closes. Went to the Graceland Chapel. The cab driver was the witness, and 24 years later, it's still...
Wow. That is amazing. I mean, this isn't going to turn into a total John Bon Jovi love fest. Well, maybe a little. But one of the things I really love about you, that you're married, you've been married to Dorothea, as you mentioned, almost 24 years now.
Yeah.
And, you know, listen, none of us live the life of a rock star, but all you hear about are women throwing themselves at you. and no, I mean, that's tough on a marriage. If I were married to you, oh, girl can dream, can't she? You know, I think I would probably...
You know, when she says, I roll over in the morning, she goes, is that what they think of it? You're like... You come out looking like that guy in Seinfeld, you know, the neighbor with the hairs.
But that's tough on a marriage, you know, and how have you guys been able to keep it together?
It's not tough on a marriage. It's actually one of the many cliches about my business is people think that look, without Bruce, Bono, there's like there's McCartney, everybody's married. It's not a big deal. It really isn't a big deal. And guys like Bono or Bruce have been married just as long. You know, it's really, if I'm gonna be the poster boy for happily married guys that married their high school sweetheart, I'm glad to accept that.